Hello Pisces, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot, and this is your weekly reading for January 24th through 30th, 2022. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. As always, I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you. Let's get right into your reading and see what we've got coming up in the week ahead. If you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to hit that like button there and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Okay. So let's have a look here. We've got the wall coming out with obstacles, and we also have closing door about completion. All right. So first and foremost, some of you may have a little bit of a challenge, okay, seeing things through to the end this week. If you've got a project you're working on at home or at work, or something that you're putting some time and energy into, it just may take a little bit longer than what you originally anticipated. You may just run into a couple of little bumps on the road, and such is life, right? Maybe you need to do a little bit of research, get some more information. If you're doing something like a home improvement project, maybe you buy the wrong can of paint, okay, or you forget to buy something, you're puttying some wall and you forget to buy that putty knife or something. So there could certainly be challenges seeing something through to the end, okay, but ultimately you will overcome, okay, because the wall with obstacles just shows that you may actually need to just keep on putting one foot in front of the other in order to persevere, okay. Things are just a little bit more difficult than you anticipated or that you'd really prefer, okay, but the obstacles energy here also represents an opportunity for change. So you may be doing a little bit of contemplation in the week forward, okay, and you're having a look at things and you're like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? So you may need to change your perspective. You might need to change what you're doing. Perhaps there's something that you're missing, or you might need to go back to the drawing board, take a different approach, something maybe a little bit more creative or innovative, okay? If it's a person that's standing in your way, which it certainly could be with obstacles, sometimes dealing with people rather than situations is a little bit more tricky. Um, so you may want to avoid engaging in any kind of drama, okay? Sometimes those people can represent that. You might want to also pick and choose your arguments, okay, or pick your battles, or choose your timing wisely. Okay, if you need somebody's help or assistance, or maybe even a green light from somebody, there you might have to wait a little bit before finding that right moment in time, right? If you need to ask your boss a big question or something, especially if you need some time off or something like that, probably a day where your boss is busy with meetings or in otherwise a bad mood, it's probably not the right day. Okay, so pick and choose your battles wisely. Don't stand in your own way. But certainly, some of you are just experiencing kind of a slower week in the week ahead. Okay, and you will eventually persevere over things, but it's just a little bit more challenging. The week may actually drag on as well. We also have the closing door completion. So, some of you are wrapping some things up, getting some things done. Again, with the wall there, some things might take a little bit longer than you originally thought. But the closing door, some of you are also making a final decision on something, okay? And we quite often do make those final decisions, or we leave situations or people mentally, spiritually, emotionally, before we actually make physical movement or physical change. Okay, the completion energy there with that closing door is a little bit of a finality to something. So you're closing the door on something, wrapping something up. Okay, you could be just making a final decision. Perhaps there's something from the past that you're finally putting to rest. Okay, getting that closure that you completely need. But I feel that there's some changes imminent for some of you here in an area of your life. It could be something relatively minor, but it could be, kind of part of your bigger picture. And you might have an opportunity to make some changes that bring about a little bit more balance and harmony into your life. Things are a little bit better, maybe even very possibly around your work or home life there. And, big changes ahead for some of you, I feel. Something quite exciting, something that maybe you've been waiting for a very long time, okay? Maybe it's just some news that's taking longer to come in here than you originally anticipated. So there's some news. There we go. The Knight of Coins. Okay, there's some new energy there, crowning you the Knight of Swords. Communication, maybe even a little bit of innovation. Beneath you, your feelings, the Four of Coins. Quite often, you know, having both feet on the ground, feeling as though you're kind of solid and stable, but knowing that there's more, there's a hunger there. All right, inauspicious for you, we've got the Eight of Wands, and there is that slower moving energy, right? When something's in your inauspicious placement, it's a little bit of a challenge, okay? A little bit slower, maybe something you don't quite expect, okay? And so certainly maybe some communication delays about a project or an offer that may be around you. And then auspicious for you, working in your favor very, very much, is that Seven of Wands. Excellent. All right, we've got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is certainly a slower moving energy as well. The Nine of Wands is seeing something through to completion. Okay, it's wrapping something up, but it's something that's a little bit of an uphill battle, a little bit of a challenge. Okay, you may be feeling in the week forward as though you don't have a lot of energy. Perhaps you're feeling as though, you know, time is just dragging by. You know, those days or those weeks where, you know, it's only Tuesday afternoon, but it feels like it should be Friday. Okay, those days where, you know, you look at your watch at 10 o'clock in the morning and 8 hours later you look at your watch again and it's 10:15. Okay, so it's just one of those ones where time may stand still. But the Nine of Wands can also show here that you may be tired a little bit, okay, or there may be something in your week forward that is draining your energy a little bit, okay? But the Nine of Wands, like I said, does show completion, okay? So I think that you'll get some things done. You'll make some final decisions, okay? It'd just be a little bit longer and more drawn out than you originally anticipated. But some of you could certainly be considering a new direction or a new approach, the nines being about completion. The Nine of Wands, especially, is that something has been challenging or difficult, or maybe your heart's not in it anymore. Wounded warrior kind of energy that comes in with the Nine of Wands. You may find yourself being a little bit skeptical about something in your week forward, okay? You know, and you might be looking to do something completely different. I'm feeling here with the Knight of Coins right in the center, the Eight of Wands behind, and the Seven of Wands in front. I feel that some of you are looking for a new job, okay, or you know, possibly those new opportunities. The Knight of Coins quite often does bring about an offer. Okay, also something that quite often has a long-term commitment tied to it. Okay, so I feel here if you're looking for a new job, perhaps the Knight of Swords, you're going on an interview this week, all about communication. And with the Eight of Wands behind you here, I think that you're probably going to maybe not get an answer in the week forward. So let's say you go on an interview on Tuesday and you're expecting a call back and your fingers are crossed, and maybe you just don't get the news that you're looking for in the week forward. It does look positive. Okay, it just like looks as though it may be a little bit more, shall we say, challenging to get it in. It could just be that somebody on the other end is just taking a little bit longer to make a decision. There's a lot of people that are sick as well. Okay, so sometimes those delays, while they're frustrating, okay, sometimes there's really not a lot you can do about it. Okay, I don't see that you really getting bad news necessarily. I just really see in this particular energy here, I just see this as I think it's more of a delay than anything else. All right. But whatever your situation here is, the Knight of Coins shows that you are putting one foot in front of the other and you are persevering, you're moving forward. Okay, some of you are looking to level up. Maybe you're even looking to make a change, exploring your options. Like I already said, new projects, new opportunities, maybe even waiting for some news of a new job, okay, that come in there. But you know, it's really quite a positive energy when we get the Knight of Coins. So there may be something unexpected that heads your way. The Eight of Wands here is typically good news, positive communication, but it's also one filled with a lot of energy, okay, a lot of positivity, shows a clear sense of direction, and it's this speed. Okay, so you might be, again, moving forward and being really diligent on something, and it's just taking, with that Eight of Wands behind you, a little bit longer than what you had originally anticipated. Okay, but it feels like here you will get things done. You will overcome some challenges with that Seven of Wands there. Perhaps the Knight of Swords, you need to do something a little bit different. Maybe even do a little bit of research or something, like how should we say, take an alternate approach to something possibly, okay, in order for you to move forward. All right. But I also feel here that some of you may, with the Eight of Wands behind you, of course, we are feeling a little bit possibly energetically drained in the week forward, but I think some of you may have some sort of communication that comes in as a little bit of a surprise, and it's generally pretty positive here. So you could actually see an increase in your finances, especially with the Four of Coins that's here. In this particular deck, this Four of Coins can sometimes represent a little bit of an inheritance or an improvement in your finances in some way, something that you typically didn't expect, but something that may have a double-edged sword to it. In some way, it is, in this particular deck, a card of inheritance, but inheritance where someone may pass on, or you could get an increase in your finances where someone else loses something, okay, or someone else doesn't get something and their loss is your gain. Okay, it can certainly be in that area. So especially, that would come out especially if you're competing with someone else for that promotion or that new job. Okay, you might actually win that, but someone else loses it. Okay, but you could also have that increase in your finances coming in this week, and it could certainly be something that is either something you didn't quite expect or something that comes in as a bit of a surprise. Okay, you could also get a surprise project, I gotta tell you. Okay, so there may be some surprises or delays. Okay, maybe even possibly some miscommunication that comes in here. Typically the Eight of Wands, no matter where it lands, is generally fairly positive, and especially the Seven of Wands coming in here as well. So if there is any kind of delays in communication or miscommunication, I feel that you're probably going to get it. It just takes a little bit longer than you anticipated. But the Knight of Swords, communication is really on the brain. Same with swift action and forward movement. Okay, this is your crowning position, your thoughts, what you know, what you're thinking about, and also some influences. So you may have some news, okay, or some information that comes in to help to influence your week. Okay, it could be good news or bad news. Either way, the Knight of Swords is in the upright, so it's generally pretty positive that comes in here, but it may actually come in as something of a surprise. So two cards of communication that are in here. So I feel that someone's going to get something, some sort of information or something that is a little bit of a surprise, but it feels like a positive one. All right, but certainly communication is very important. Again, some of you may have an interview. Okay, you may have an important communication about an offer, a project, a job. Okay, maybe even about an increase in your finances there as well. Considering this Four of Coins in this particular deck can sometimes have to do with that inheritance, but it's not a living inheritance, I gotta tell you. Okay, and even though it's something generally quite positive for you, okay, it may be difficult for you to deal with, right? It's, double-edged sword kind of thing, right? But it is generally pretty positive for you, though, especially with that Knight of Coins. All right, so with the Four of Coins being beneath you here, I feel as though you got a good head on your shoulders in the week forward. You're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty confident. You're feeling pretty stable in the week ahead. Okay, you're just doing your diligence. You're, putting your best foot forward, and you're getting things done. Of course, this particular deck here, right? This person kind of looks like they're wrapped up in a little bit. So you may actually be finding yourself needing to conserve your resources in the week forward, your money, your ideas. Maybe there's even something that you know about that you need to keep a little bit quiet on. Okay, because the Four of Coins can quite often be like a little bit of a miserly energy. So there may be some information that you're keeping to yourself, something that you is actually really good for you, but maybe you're just holding on to it for the right time, and maybe even until you know something for sure. Okay, especially if it's like a job or something to do with your money. You could actually be making some investments in the week ahead as well. The Knight of Swords may be something that you have to act on fairly quickly. But something with that Four of Coins and the Knight of Coins, something that would be a long-term investment that would eventually give you some dividends. So make sure you do your homework, your research. The Knight of Swords, we do still have Mercury in retrograde, so just make sure that you double check your contracts, double check the fine prints, you know, all of those things. Are there out clauses, right? What else is required? Fine print is usually something that gets a little bit overlooked when someone is really excited about something, as the Knight of Swords brings in some excitement. Okay, so try not to make rash decisions. The Four of Coins, you keeping your head on your shoulders. The Knight of Coins, you're doing your due diligence. Okay, things will work out for you in the end, so just try and keep your little ducks in a row there. Always a great piece of advice that comes in. Okay, but the Seven of Wands really shows that whatever it is that you're doing, okay, you really are at your personal best. You're in a position of strength, a position of power, and you may have some obstacles and challenges that you're dealing with through the week forward, but you can overcome them. Okay, slow and steady wins the race in the week ahead for you guys. Okay, if you're going on those interviews, you stand out in a crowd. And the Seven of Wands really has you in the kind of how should I say, kind of in the spotlight a little bit, but kind of the aftermath of being in the spotlight. So the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is, you know, usually that energy where someone's in the spotlight, they've got the victory parade, right? And they're moving on to the next best thing. Okay, so you could actually have a lot of support in your week forward. Perhaps your friends, your family, your soul tribe, okay, they could actually be supporting you and giving you a bit of an ego boost or an energy boost that you might be looking for, okay, and especially if you are making a final decision on something or trying to wrap something up, maybe that Knight of Swords there, you're asking for a little bit of help, okay, especially the Nine of Wands, it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired, okay, and the Seven of Wands is where you may actually get some help. But you could also find yourself in the week forward having to stand your ground, having to advocate for yourself, stand up for yourself, talk about yourself. Ew. Okay. You know, and if you are going on a job interview, that is part of it. You got to sell yourself a little bit. And it's not always easy for a lot of people to do that, right? It's easier to advocate or sell up someone else, right? Whereas if it's just you, sometimes it's a little bit too close to home. Okay. So that can be a little bit difficult. It represents a challenge, but I'm feeling here in this energy that you will pull through. So if you do have to sell yourself in some way, okay, in the week forward, I think you're going to come across pretty good. Okay. And we do have some really great positive communication here. All right. And a lot of positive energy. So you might be beating yourself up about it a little bit. Okay. The Nine of Wands. Okay. Don't beat yourself up. Whatever is meant to be for you will be. Just put your best foot forward, and whatever the outcome is meant to be for you, and then that is what will transpire. Okay, so stand up for yourself, talk about yourself. Okay, you may even find yourself in a position where, of course, you might need to overcome some obstacles, but maybe you even need to stand up for other people as well. The Seven of Wands is quite often either that stand your ground or advocate for others, possibly there. So you could certainly be in that position of strength. Maybe you're the chosen one. You are the one who can initiate some sort of change for other people, and this is for like the betterment and the benefit of all. Okay, it's not easy to do that, but you are certainly the one that can accomplish that, okay, and that can rise above. So very positive energy there that's coming in there. So anyway, so whatever you guys have going on, I think there are probably a few little challenges along the way. Again, you might be feeling a little bit tired. The Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, maybe you're just not moving forward on something or as fast as you want it to, but in the end you will persevere. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Pisces. I'm going to close out your reading, though, with a couple of messages from your guardian angels here. We'll take that one. And let's see, we'll grab one more. Woo, heart-shaped cards are always fun to shuffle there. And I do want to point out that we do have the 7, 8, and 9 of Wands. Okay, so we do have progress that's coming in here for you guys. So even if you are feeling as though it's a really long, drawn out, slow week, okay, things really do progress for you, albeit probably a little bit slower. But of course, we do have 2 energies here of good news coming in as well. So we don't want to discount that at all. So your first energy, your first message from your guardian angels here this week is your forgiveness. Holding on to a past hurt is preventing you from moving forward and achieving your heart's desires. Let it go. Forgiveness does not mean that you condone another's actions. It simply means that you're no longer willing to be a perpetual victim to a particular person or event. Blame is a waste of your precious energy. Bless and surrender the past, for in doing so, you will reclaim the joy of life. And let's see what the second one is. And we've got eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Energy exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. Lovely. I'll leave that there for you, all right, Pisces? I hope there was something here that resonated with you. Looks like you're pretty much in control of your week. So if there was something here, please don't forget to hit that like button there. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.